Yo, what's goody boxing heads and fight fans around the world? Be March with another boxing video. So August 19th, like I said, man, the biggest fight of 2017. Had a great year of boxing, but this, to me, in my opinion, this is the most significant fight. This is the most important fight of the year. This is the fight for Undisputed, Julius Indongo, the Blue Machine representing Windhoek, Namibia. While he's trying to become an undisputed champion, man. This guy's in the prime position. He's in a position right now that's, this is a blessing from God, to be honest, you know what I mean? Julius Indongo was the 15th ranked fighter in the IBF rankings when he fought Trudanowski. He was supposed to be a tune-up fighter, you know? But look what the man did, you know what I'm saying? The man came out to Russia, knocked out Trudanowski in 20 seconds, and he became a world champion, you know? And then he went on to unify again on the road with Ricky Burns, you know what I mean, and washed the man 12 zip in my opinion on the card, you know. So the man Julius Indongo is living a dream, a dream that since 2006 we haven't had an undisputed. Think of how many fighters we have watched box from 2006 till now 2017, and nobody has been close to accomplishing this feat besides Vladimir Klitschko did at one point in time have 3 titles plus the lineal title, WBA, IBF, and WBO. You know what I'm saying? The man, Tyson Fury snatched them from him too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? He snatched them titles, so he had 3. Triple G has 3 belts. But none of these guys were talking about becoming undisputed or even trying to unify or, none of them was talking that stuff. But look now, we got this man Julius Indongo in prime position to do what a lot of boxers haven't accomplished in well over 10 years, you know. So, I'm going to read some quotes about this man, Julius Indongo, and basically how he feels about the man Terrence Crawford, and also his being live at the fight when in Madison Square Garden. He's gonna explain, how he felt about watching the man Bud Crawford fight live. So here we go. Quote, the atmosphere at Madison Square Garden was electrifying, and it was important for me to see Crawford fighting live. Like all opponents out here, I respect his craft. He is clever, tricky, and a damn good boxer, and I congratulate him for the win. I feel truly blessed to be at the right time, at the right place, and with the best team and sponsor in two massive world title fights, wins against world champions away from home. I now find myself in the most important fight in boxing history, a full unification fight with the 5 world titles on the line. I am honored to be part of it, to represent my country, Namibia, and winning against a world-class and undefeated fighter like Terrence Crawford would be a bonus. End quote. Okay, here's another quote from him. Quote, this is him talking about Trudanowski, what he did to Trudanowski. He said it was fantastic and a tough fight. And even though I dominated, this is also talking about Ricky Burns and Trudanowski. Quote, it was a fantastic and tough fight. Even though I dominated the fight, I had to be very vigilant because Burns is a clever and powerful boxer. Fighting away from home is never easy. If you do not win convincingly, anything can happen. We have seen the strangest decisions in boxing. I therefore knew I had to win beyond a reasonable doubt or knock him out to walk away with the win. It was our strategy for the beginning and simply stuck to the game plan. So you see the man, Julius Indongo, man, he also is recognizing, man, this position he's in right now, He should take it for granted, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's been a champion since December of 2016. So basically 8 months, you know what I'm saying? In 8 months, he has a chance to become undisputed. That's even shorter than the man Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson got his straps in 86. And by 88, he was an undisputed champ, you know what I mean? You check it. You know, the man Julius Indongo wants to show appreciation to his people in Namibia. So this is what he said, quote, "Of course, more people now know Julius Indongo and the tension has been amazing. But I remain humble and focused on the future. I appreciate the love from fans across the world, especially in Namibia. They've been there since day one, and their love and encouragement propels me forward." Um, his manager, his name is Nestor Tobias, and in my opinion, Nestor Tobias is doing a great job with the man Julius Ndongo. There's an interesting little short 10-minute interview, or basically showcasing, highlighting, how important Julius Ndongo is to his country. You know what I mean? And they show the manager Tobias, Nestor Tobias, and you know what I'm saying. They basically talk about Namibia's history and how important Nestor Tobias is, towards the sport in Namibia. Basically, what I'm saying, the man Julius Ndongo's carrying the continent of Africa on his back. You know what I'm saying? This guy's mentality, like he said, he wanted to come in there with a KO, and that's what they trained for. And although they didn't get a KO versus Ricky Burns, they got the next best thing, a whitewash decision, you know what I mean, where the judges can't rob them. Although I've seen judges rob fellas with a damn near whitewash decision, i.e. Lennox Lewis versus Holyfield, the first fight. I had that fight 11 rounds to 1 for the man Lennox Lewis. But Julius Ndongo did actually what the man Manny Pacquiao should have done. You see, this is what my Manny Pacquiao, when you go on travel on the road, you got to have a mentality like Errol Spence and Julius Ndongo. You see, Errol Spence came back from England with a strap, you know what I mean? He ain't let that man Kell Brooks see the 12th round. And I'm sure he trained for that, because knowing England and also fighting on the road, England has been part of some dubious decisions lately, you know what I mean? No shame in their game. They ain't the only place. We could also say that in the United States. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit can happen anywhere. So when you do travel to a man's hometown, dogs, you gotta put him out before he sees the 12th round, you know what I mean? Fuck that decision shit or winning on points, because anything can happen, you know what I mean? The judges could be incompetent. The judges could be novice judges who, like those judges who did the Pacquiao fight. These type of judges are more 8-round type of judges, 6-round type of judges. Go look at their history on BoxRec. Just click on these judges' names from the road down to the other two. The one Argentinian judge and the two American judges. These guys were not no Chris or what's them other guys? The usual names you hear, like what's them fellas from Jersey? Not Jersey, but from Vegas. I can't think of their names right now, man. I know them when I hear them. But you gotta come in there with the mentality you trying to knock out your opponent. You know what I mean? The man Julius Ndongo, he's in a position, like I said, to do something that hasn't been done in a long time, and especially to do it from a guy coming from Africa. This guy right here is blessed, man. He's blessed. He's like it's basically like a man who come from poverty, and now he's about to basically he's in a prime position to you know what I'm saying, to get all kind of titles, you know what I mean? He's in a prime position to change his life around by becoming an undisputed champion and the lineal champion. So I know he's set his goals high. He's dreaming big. Unfortunately for him, maybe it's not unfortunate, because I'm sure he's up to the task. But he's fighting one of the best pound for pound fighters on the planet, a guy who's almost damn near flawless. You know what I'm saying? At least so far with the opponents he's faced. As far as the big punches, I think Julius Ndongo might be the biggest puncher. His record doesn't indicate that he's a vicious knockout artist, you know what I mean? But the man has been you see what he did to Trudanowski. Excuse me. Edward Trudanowski. And the way he fought Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns seemed like he ain't want no parts of that power, you know what I mean? So, the man Julius Ndongo, I think is going to be the toughest puncher that the man Terrence Crawford has faced. So you never know. You never know. You'll never know what could happen, man. We just seen a major upset with Pacquiao Horn. Um, can Julius Indongo replicate that? Can he come to the United States and do the unthinkable? You know what I mean? One thing for sure, two things for certain. In boxing, you gotta expect the unexpected. You know, not everything is down to script. You know, actually, nothing is down to script except maybe that Pacquiao Horn fight. You know, the man Jeff Horn had a acceptance speech all written out. I said acceptance speech. Excuse me. You know, basically a congratulations speech. The man Jeff Horn, you could watch the tape. The president of the WBO was already walking and smiling to give the man Jeff Horn the title before, um, you know, before the cards were read, the scorecard. Excuse me. And I'm not wanting to be you know, trying to dig deep, trying to find any conspiracy theories, man. But you know, I think maybe Bob Arum has something to do with it as far as, you know, trying to punish the man Pacquiao for not fighting the man Terrence Crawford. The man said, yo, okay, bet, we're going to take you to... And how conveniently, when he takes the man Pacquiao to Australia, he signs a co-promotion with Duco Promotions in Australia to sign the man, to co-promote the man Jeff Horn. How convenient, you know what I mean? How many times did Bob Arum go all the way to Australia to, or even other parts of the world, really? Unless you're a guy coming from the Olympics. How many times does he go out to other parts of the world to sign these boxers, you know? So, like I said, you know, sometimes, but boxing's not scripted like wrestling, you know what I'm saying? So, you never know what this guy, Julius Ndongo, has up under his sleeve, man. This man came to upset the apple cart. And, you know, I think the man has a chance, you know what I mean? A lot of people are writing him off. I've seen it in the comment section. In my comment sections, you know, fellas saying Bud's gonna wash this guy. Well, you know, time will tell, you know what I'm saying? If he do, he do. If he don't, he don't. You know what I mean? But I just think Terrence Crawford is also, you know, Terrence Crawford being for the United States, he's in a prime position too to be undisputed. But you know, his path to be undisputed is easier than the man Julius Indongo. Let's be honest, you know. 7 months ago, nobody knew who the fuck Julius Indongo was. 3 years ago, I knew who Bud was. Still, he's not a household name. 4 years ago, you know, I knew who Terrence Crawford was, you know. And I seen potential in this guy to become a great fighter, you know what I mean? So his path has kind of been, you know, he's been guided well by Bob Arum's Top Rank, you know. He's now in position to become a undisputed fighter, you know. But a guy coming from Africa, believe you me, man, you know, this guy right here is in a position that, you know, he's not taken for granted because, you know, he's blessed to be in this position, you know what I mean? And I can't wait for this fight. May the best man win, you know. I like both fighters, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know this man, Julius Ndongo, 7 months ago, but what he's doing for the continent of Africa and for his people in Namibia, Windhoek, you know, southwest Namibia, Windhoek's the capital, you know what I mean? You know, this guy's doing big things, and I wish him all the best. And I wish Terrence Crawford all the best too, you know. And I feel fellas should be making enough videos to champion the man Terrence Crawford, because Lord knows I'm going to set it off for this guy right here, Julius Ndongo, you know what I mean? I'm going to put on for Julius Ndongo. Be March Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know about them quotes that I read from the man, Julius Ndongo, and what you think about his character and his chances basically of becoming an undisputed champion. I'll leave actually the links to the article in the description box. Be March Boxing, and I'm also going to leave a video from Trans World Sports, basically showing Julius Ndongo's come up and what he means to his country, and basically showing his training regimen and the youths who look up to him in Namibia. Be March Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. I'll catch you on the next vid. Peace.